I hit start streaming right as Homa saved par there on 18. Looked like he had a little 6-foot comebacker. You know, it's just shocking that the guy who set the course record yesterday couldn't follow it up 2 days in a row. Fucking shocking. Anyways, you gotta learn to, like, those chasing those ceiling rounds, dangerous. Let me get my fucking shit ready because I'm not prepared. What's up, new guy? I'm the Degenerate75. I'm a PGA and soon-to-be college football and NFL content creator who is here to help you get a little bit better at betting and DFS by not giving you a single pick, but helping you get a little bit better at the process. If you find you like the cut of my jib, hang around for the next 30 minutes or so. You might just like everything we're going to talk about round 4 Showdown. This show's called the Showdown Hoedown, and the important thing you need to know about it is after this show, there's only 2 left. I'm doing it again next week for the Tour Championship, and that's it. We're off till 2024 because the big guy now has that schedule right there. I'm moving full-time into still doing golf because I'm a golf fucking tryhard. Every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, Lord's time zone, we'll always do the emergency stream. But what is changing is now I'll be doing NFL Showdown Hoedown Monday and Thursday at noon. And then, of course, I will now be doing the college football show, First and 10 with Degen, every Friday night at 7. Coming this Friday because fucking college football's here, you motherfathers. And lastly, I will be doing an NFL stream Saturday night at 7, so make sure you're there for that, okay? Cool. Let's get going. Oh, yeah, there's that stream. If you're not there, fuck you, okay? That you want the long answer? Fuck you. There you go. Yes, if we get to 100 likes tonight, I will give away a ticket. You guys got to earn it, though. So we'll have to see if we get to 100 likes. If not, I'm not doing it. And once again, if you are good at tech work, like if you know how to make YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, I am hiring. I want to get some qualified candidates in there who have experience with it. It is a position that will have a lot of perks. So I encourage you to reach out to the editor. We really need that fixed because our little site just keeps growing and we need your help to keep doing it. Much appreciated. Let's shut the fuck up and let's talk about the course today. Look, this is so tricky here, right? When you go look at this and you look at these splits today, you're like, oh my God, that afternoon edge is just so real. And it is. The afternoon guys played a full shot better than the morning guys. But I'm just going to tell you, today I watched golf, and I am just telling you right now, that course was harder in the afternoon than it was in the morning. You're like, I see them stats right there. If it was harder, then why is them scores better? Because the guys who played in the afternoon are grinding their balls off. They're not fucking giving up on the round like Taylor Moore did, right? You also got to remember there's only 49 guys now that Hideki withdrew, right? So when there's only 24 guys, when an ass clown like fucking Taylor Moore shoots a +10 and Seamus Power shoots +4, that really fucks up the average for all those guys in that wave, right? I mean, that gives over a negative half a stroke to everybody in the wave just from the +14 from those two guys, right? So I'm just going to tell you, we cannot look at this and say, oh, got to play all afternoon gas tomorrow because them's just got the easier course. Them's don't have the easier course. Them's just have more guys that didn't just quit on a round like Taylor Moore and Seamus Power, okay? Look, where did the biggest nuts round come from today? Sam Burns, okay? And he definitely went out in the morning, right? So I'm telling you, when we look at the weather here in a second, you're going to want to remember this. Because if you think that playing all afternoon guys tomorrow is the ideal conditions to get them in, you're wrong. Okay, I will be the first to acknowledge it is the ideal place to get guys who are probably going to fight to the very end and grind every shot for you, but it is not the place to get the guy who's going to be in the nuts condition. Sam Burns broke the slate today, and I told you yesterday, if you did not have at least 1 or 2 guys in your lineup who went out early, you would be auto dead. If you did not have Sam Burns, you weren't winning a fucking GPP today, okay? I mean, maybe some like 3-man bullshit, but no real GPP was being won without Sam Burns. You got to be realizing that when the perfect conditions are out there, some guy is going to go have his A+ game and go, shoot a great score that breaks the slate. And we're going to see it again tomorrow. I promise. So if you're just going to play 6 guys in the top 10 or the top 15 tomorrow, just know you can already go ahead and get your credit card out because you're going to be redepositing on DraftKings. Cool. All right, let's talk a little contest selection tomorrow. I haven't even looked at it. I'm a little anxious to see what they got for us tomorrow. Oh, shit. 300,000, huh? 100,000 to first, unplayable. Wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it if you paid me. The 555 sucks balls. Wow, am I seeing $100,000 captain? You know what? Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna quit being a bitch for once in my life and just go play some. This is captain mode, right? Where does it say that? Let me go draft my team real quick. Draft. Is this captain mode? Oh, it's not even up yet. Yeah, late round. There you go. So there you go. That's actually a pretty good structure. I might just play late round tomorrow, right? That could be a really good way. Just get slimy with it. Pick a low-owned captain. I know that that's the best strategy for it. But we are here to talk regular Showdown, and, the 254 max, they usually make it $60,000, so that's down. The $100 single entry is normally $30,000. That's down. The $10 18 max is normally 30,000. That's down. DraftKings is just hard quit on golf. Just hard quit on us. What else do we got? The $1.20. They have that $2 again. That bitch was nice. What was that called? The something. The $2.20 max. I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, of course, a good contest that people like, they're not going to put out there. So you want the long answer, the contest sucked tomorrow. That's the real long answer. You want the short answer, they're not very good. I would encourage you not to play in them because I don't think DraftKings is taking these contests very serious. That's the short answer, okay? So there's your contest breakdown. You know the gist of it by now, all right? So let's go look at the weather because I think this is going to tell us a lot. Tomorrow's finally going to be that first day where I think you're going to see it get pretty spicy out there, right? It's finally going to get really hot, 93, 94 degrees. A great weatherman once said is balls hot. Balls hot was the temperature he once said. And when it gets balls hot, and it'll now be the third day since we've had rain, and it looks like the winds could start picking up around 3 or 4 o'clock local time. So probably on the back nine, the leaders are going to have to deal with this because I have to assume they're going to go off very similar times today. They're going to want the leaders finishing around 5 o'clock. Local time, right? So that's going to be basically those last 2 hours. I think that it's going to get pretty, it's going to be championship type conditions out there. So you're a fool if you play nobody in the top 10 tomorrow. But you are also, I think, even a bigger fool if you don't play these guys going out in this Goldilocks zone. These guys that, let's see, what was the earliest tee time today? I think they went off around, 8:30 local time. So I think that tomorrow, those guys going off between about 9 or 10 are just going to be up there in the absolute nut conditions, right? A guy like Sam Burns, it probably won't be Sam Burns tomorrow after what we saw Homa did today. It's hard to follow up nuclear rounds, right? But here's what I can tell you. One of those guys in that 9 to 10 range tomorrow is going to have the nuts conditions. They're going to have their A game, and they're going to have a whole lot of don't give a shit in them, and they're going to fire at every pin. And if they're rolling the rock, you're going to see another -5, -6 round, maybe bogey-free, maybe with a streak that breaks the slate. So beware when you're constructing your roster tomorrow of this little Goldilocks zone, because if you tee off between 9 and 10, that has you off the course by probably 2 o'clock before any winds show up and before this course gets completely firm and crusty in the afternoon. You might have to deal with a little bit of it, but not too much, okay? Whereas the leaders are probably going to be teeing off right around 12:30 local time, and they're going to basically be out there when it's balls hot, and then the wind's going to pick up probably for most of their back nine, right? So you're going to be very careful. I do not think this is a good slate to try to pick 4 or 5 guys from the top 10 and be like, well, this course is tough. I need them position points. Remember, the difference between second place and 16th place or 20th place is one fucking birdie, okay? Never forget that. Don't overrate position points simply because it's round 4. Is having the winner nice? Absolutely it is. Is having guys who move up and backdoor your top 5? It is. But then, you know what? What do we see today? Guys like Chris Kirk, who else was up there? There's 3 or 4 guys that just freaking cratered down the leaderboard, and that can happen again tomorrow, okay? So be aware of that. Do not fall in love with that. That is the weather. And I'm telling you that 9 to 10 o'clock is the Goldilocks. I wouldn't play 5 guys from that time range, but I would have a guy or 2 from that range in my lineup and then mix in some guys from different times, especially a couple of the leaders. All right. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Oh my God, we're almost at 4,000 subscribers. I never thought we would get there. Me and the editor are just 2 independent fucks. So every time you like, subscribe, turn on the notifications and tell a friend. It helps us out a lot. Football's coming around. We hope to grow a lot. It will only be done with people like you. We appreciate every single one of you. All right, moving on to the stats today. Looking at some round 3 stats. I think before we look at round 3 stats, let's just talk in a nutshell who is kind of off the board tomorrow, right? A guy like Taylor Moore, Seamus Power, Lee Hodges, I mean, basically all these guys that are probably Straka down, right? The +6 guys are worse. They literally have no chance of moving up the leaderboard, right? Because even if they shoot a -3 or -4, let's say Straka shoots a -3 tomorrow. He legit might go from T43 to T38, right? He just has no upside on position points. He might go from getting you 1 position point to 2, right? That's it. So to play those guys down there, you really are playing for them to have a nut round because they have no chance at backdooring you points if they hit that ceiling round. And by points, I mean position points. Of course, they can get you a bunch of birdies, a streak, bogey-free round. But I think you need to understand the kind of contest you're playing in tomorrow. If you're playing in like a 100-person contest or a 1,000-person contest or a $200 single entry or a $100 single entry, you really need to ask yourself, do these guys offer you enough upside to really get you those points, right? Because the difference between a guy like Sepp Straka and a guy like Cam Davis. See, Cam Davis is just at 1 over, right? He goes out and shoots a -3 tomorrow. He could easily backdoor you a top 25, and now all of a sudden you're talking 3 placement points, right? Which is which is not nothing, right? He has a real good round. He can still backdoor a top 10. That is not off the board. But Sepp Straka has 0 chance of backdooring a top 40, right? Or a top 30, I should say. So, to me, if I'm playing in smaller fields or I am playing I'm playing in higher dollar entries. I'm probably making my cutoff somewhere around Cam Davis. I just don't think you need to get cute. Now, if you're playing in the big $5, which by the way I didn't even look. What was the big $5 tomorrow? What's the $5? Which can be a good contest, but they've probably nerfed it too. Where the fuck is the 5? Am I missing it? Where's the big $5? The drive the green. Where you at, Bob? Hey, where the hell you at? No wonder why I didn't see you ain't on there. What the fuck? Where's it at? Entry fees? Sort by that. Let's go down to $5. Am I drunk or just stupid? The answer could be both. It could be both. Definitely not seeing it, Bob. Definitely not seeing it. I guess they just nerfed that tomorrow. That's really strange to do. Okay. Well, there you go. Then just another contest that blows balls. Or a contest that people like that they just didn't put out there. Whatever. So, anyways, the +1 guys are kind of where my cutoff would be for that, right? Because they offer, those guys still legit have like top 10 equity, right? So I think that's the first thing you want to do. The next thing I'm going to ask myself, who can win this tournament? To me, basically anybody from, I would say Justin Rose up is very live to win this, and you probably could even throw Sung Jae and Connors in there, right? They're within 5 of the lead. And I think you're going to want to probably have, let's just make the cutoff Rose. And I think from Rose up, you're probably going to want your lineup to contain at least 2 of those guys, right? You're going to want that because especially if you can get the one who wins it and you can get the other guy who moves up and gets a second or a third, right? So every lineup I would be building would say something like, I would want a rule where I play at least 2 of these guys and probably no more than 3. The reason I don't like to do more than 3 is you just end up getting in a build that gets very, very similar to everybody else, right? Plus, all these guys right here, the -6, the -5, the -4 guys, I think they always go under own. This Connors through Fleetwood range are just going to be naturally under own because of their starting position points, which don't fucking make a lick of difference. It's where they finish. And you can get these guys a discount, and they have all the opportunity to move up. They're legit starting 1 or 2 strokes behind these guys that'll be 2 or 3 times their ownership, right? So that's what I would be doing. I would be having a rule. I'd probably mix, let's say I'm doing 20 lineups and I like 5 of these guys. Well, I'll put 5 of those guys in my player pool, but I'll set a rule that says at least 2 of them need to be in each lineup, upwards of 3, right? From there, I'm going to have a second pool. Probably all these guys from -6 to -3 because they're all the guys that are very, very likely to backdoor a top 10 with a good round. And I probably set a rule that I want at least 1, upwards of 3 guys in this lineup, right? Because this Corey Connors through Chris Kirk are going to be the low owned range, right? And then from there, I'm going to have a rule that I want at least 1 guy in every lineup who goes off early, right? Whoever that guy is. And if you're playing in the big fields, you better be warm to John Rahm or Patrick Rogers or Brennan. Brennan Todd's literally made 1 fucking birdie this week. The regression model is due for him to make 8, okay? Kurt Kitayama, Jason Day, anyone in a large field, you got to consider one of these guys, right? Because they do offer that. They're not as likely to hit their upside, but they do offer it. And when you're trying to beat 10,000 people, you need all the upside you can get, right? So I think you want to consider those. From there, I'm just going to go look at who had a nuclear round today. Sam Burns, is he a guy that can go nuclear hot 2 days in a row? Yes, he can. But he also, I would say, has a much more likely chance of having a max home round, right? He's just not going to continue to play that well, so I would be leery of that. Scotty Scheffler finally just quit being an ass clown and played incredible today. I get a little leery chasing like Denny McCarthy and Adam Svensson, Andrew Putnam, Tom Kim. Those guys, they make me a little nervous because let's face it, they all had top 8 rounds today, and I'm not always lining up to chase those. But what I do love to chase is these motherfathers down here. Chris Kirk, you could never play him tomorrow, or you could. Okay, just because he had 1 day, all right, that doesn't mean he can't get it figured out. Ricky Fowler was just horrendous today. You can't play him tomorrow, or you could. From there, JT Poston, I had him in the one guy I played the most today was Sam Burns. That's the good news about my Showdown lineups. Bad news is, play guys like JT Poston. That's not good for your lineups, right? Adam had one. Thanks, dickhead. He could never do good. Don't play JT Poston tomorrow, or you could. All right, there you go. Now let's get over to the stats. Let's go over here and look who was ball striking the shit out of it today. Victor Hovland is just a ball striking SOB. And can Victor Hovland go win this tournament? Yes, he can. Victor Hovland's just one of those guys that coming off a good round, he does not scare me. I will play him 2 days in a row off of a good round. Adam Svensson, I'll tell you what, Adam Svensson, I don't want to play Adam Svensson off of a hot round, but he did kind of do it the way you want to see, right? He did it with great approach and good putting, right? Rory McIlroy left a lot of meat on the bone out there today, right? I really thought Rory was going to boat race this thing. I still have a sneaking suspicion that loser piece of shit is going to rally and win this tournament. That's just a weird inkling. I have nothing to base that on. Here's a good rule. When Sung Jae is ball striking and not putting, you play him because Sung Jae is a tremendous long-term putter, and it seemed like who I was watching a lot of on Shot Tracker today, really seemed to be dialed back in. He just didn't make shit at putting. And is a great putter. And then lastly, I think Denny McCarthy, anytime I see him with approach and putting on, that's good Denny, right? So those are some guys I'm going to be considering just based on ball striking. From there, who was really, really good at approach today? We already talked about something. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Cam Davis, like, he might be, he was a dude that just, he couldn't keep the hot putter going 2 days in a row. But if you don't think he can get that figured out, if he's going to continue to hit that many good approach shots, if he just puts like a normal human tomorrow, and don't forget, Cam Davis is a really good putter. He is an above average putter. So if he just putts like, himself, he probably shoots a -3 or -4 with the round he had today, right? So he's a great bounce back candidate based on approach, right? Who else? Justin Rose. I mean, Justin Rose is actually throwing some darts out there. Just didn't get a super hot putter. Let me just go ahead and tell you, Justin Rose can fucking putt. Brian Harmon, that little hobbit. I told you, I think it was on the stream Wednesday. I was like, I just like that guy. I just get a weird feeling of Brian Harmon sometimes. Maybe it's because, Middle Earth is under attack. I don't know, but I can feel it in my loins. And then Sahith Theegala was another guy that seemed like he was kind of figuring his game out. A guy I played way too much of today. Him and Burns were my top 2 plays. Burns, good call. Sahith, not so much. But he did leave a lot out there with the short game. And Sahith, if you don't know, can also putt very well. Off the tee, anybody kill themselves off the tee or otherwise good? Harmon, that's interesting. Oh, Brian Hobbit. Man, Morikawa sucks. You fools that like him. I don't get it. He's becoming the new Rory. Just an all-time loser that people fucking think is good. All right, I don't see anybody really sticking out there. Let's look at around the green. Anybody really batted around, really batted around the green was otherwise good. Septim and Stracta. All right, well, if you want the ultimate punt, Sep's a guy that'll go out there and throw you some darts in the morning, right? Just go out to the course and say, hey, Sep, every time you make one, I'll buy you a bowl of pasta. He'll get 9 fucking birdies. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Okay, because I know that he's half Austrian and half American, but you'll never convince me he's not Italian. He looks like Francesco Molinari's older brother to me. From there, I'm not playing Morikawa. So there you go. That is a breakdown of the stats. Those are some things I'm looking at. Let's go look at the best round 4 scores. But before we do, go check out my site, DGen75.com, the fastest growing community. We are about to have NFL, which we're going to do sports betting. We're going to be doing pick'ems, best ball, and of course DFS. And we're going to be doing all of that for college football. Get over there now. Get all access so you can get PGA and NFL and college football. It's more than just DFS. It will be sports betting, pick'ems, write-ups. I got a whole fucking team, right? We have a lot of winners over there. Notice you'll never see my screenshots on there. It is because we're not celebrating the guy whose site it is who wins. It's about if the members win, right? So anytime you see a site saying, hey, look, our moderators win, why don't your fucking people win? That's what it should be about. And from there, I have the best tool in all of PGA DFS called the Rosetta Stone. I will have it for college football. I have it for NFL. We'll have it for Showdown. And of course, we have it for PGA, the best tool out there. I highly encourage you to check it out. Don't forget, Friday, 1st and 10 with DGen, 7 o'clock, be there. Going to be the first show. Going to do it every week. Caleb Williams, that turncoat motherfucker's on my thumbnail. What are you thinking, editor? All right, here are your 4 good round 4 scores. Uh-oh. Sep Straka. Uh-oh. Bowls of pasta going around. Nick Taylor. Fuck that guy. And Cam Davis. Man, 3 of the guys I talked about are really good round 4 scores. Rutro Raggy. Steve says, been watching Mayo too, huh? I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I do watch a lot of Pat Mayo, so I just don't know what you're referencing. All right, we are not to 100 likes shit. We're not even close to 100 likes, editor, so if we don't get to 100 likes, no drawing tonight. I will answer questions to see if we get to 100 likes. In the meantime, I will take a sip of Topo Chico. Not bad. Not bad. Who said the Pat Mayo thing? Steven Leibowitz. All right, I don't know. Steven, I don't know what you mean. It was someone else, not the big guy. Oh, I got you. I mean, if you're watching Pat, you're making good life decisions. Pat makes quality content. All right, let's get to some questions. 100% Scotty tomorrow on a 20 max. Let's get it. You know, like if there's a guy I'm going to go 100% on, it probably would be Scotty. He's just so dialed in tee to green. You know what I'm saying? Like he just gets there, right? I'm not saying he'll continue to putt that well, but man, I feel very, very confident that like he ain't going to melt down, right? And there is a good chance he boat races and wins this tournament by 3 shots. That is a distinct possibility. Okay, if you made me pick, I will take Rory and Scotty versus everybody else. You can have everybody else. I'll take those 2. One of those 2 is probably going to win. Joanne says I would agree. All right, American Wasp with Dieter McBiz. What a fucking name. Spieth and Theegala absolutely killed me. I'll tell you what. I didn't look at Spieth's stats. Let's go look at him. But Theegala, he was kind of there, man. His driver looked pretty pretty good today. He had a couple wonky irons, and he just lipped out a lot of putts. Let's see, old Jordan Spieth's. Yeah, he's bad. Spieth seems broken again. Guy just outside the top 30 of the FedEx Cup. You know, we have that, Tommy, on our, what's it called? On the Rosetta Stone. We put the rankings on there yesterday, so you can look at that. I think Tigala would be a really good example. I think he's like in 31st, 32nd right now projected. Let's see. Motormouth McGee. What the fuck does that mean? Is this guy, if he's talking about me, boot this stupid motherfucker. All right. Is the U.S. Amateur semifinal match, okay, I'm sorry, Axel, I don't care. Team Try Hard, let's go. Yo, big guy, who do you like in the FedEx Cup 31 down to make a run tomorrow? I mean, I don't have the standings memorized, but off the top of my head, I was trying to remember some people. I like whoever's at 31 and 32. Rose and Tigala, maybe? I don't know. Horrible contest tomorrow. So DK telling us not to play tomorrow. I mean, that's almost where I'm at, Xturka. They're so bad. I'm like, well, what am I going to play? Even the old 254 max, which I really like to play on Sundays, with them not bumping it up to 60,000. It's just, I don't know. That extra 10,000 makes that really nice. Thank you for a great year of content. We appreciate you helping us with the process. Would you cap your ownership on the player outside of the top 15 tomorrow? Yeah, I think that whenever you're playing a guy that's not starting in the top 15, playing 100% of them is pretty risky. But, if you have a strong feeling, like, go for it. I think a guy like, let's just say Lukey Gloves. You want to play Lukey Gloves tomorrow and you want to go 100% on him? I don't think that's the best guy to do that with. But if you have a hot take, like if somebody said I'm playing 100% Fleetwood tomorrow, he really figured something out on the back nine. I don't mind that. I don't think that's the kind of guy I want to go 100% on. I'd rather do my 100% with somebody up top, because up here, all these guys from Schauffele up are going to be higher owned, right? So if I can get leverage on one of these guys, well, the easiest way to do that is just play him 100%. Commit to Scotty, commit to Hovland, commit to Rory, whoever it is you like up here, just commit to him, right? Maybe my boy Xander can still backdoor me a win. That'd be because X gonna give it to you. All right, we're up to 81 likes. See if we can get to 100. I don't got too many questions today. Scotty's putter's back, or is it a tease like Rory? Mac, I would say it's not quite back. I need to see it over like 2 or 3 weeks of consistently being above average. That's what I need to see. Smash the like button. Birdie streak tomorrow will soon be the Pac-12 Golf After Dark. Will it soon be Pac-12 Golf After Dark? I don't know what Pac-12 Golf After Dark means. I know there's going to be some Pac-12 college football after dark with those fucking losers at USC. Will we see another Rory loser Sunday? No, because he's great at charging up. He's just terrible at actually winning. So I don't know. I just have a weird feeling about him. Oh, great question. Crypto Pooper. I'm not doing a round 4 contest. DraftKings is not promoting golf as hard, so it gets hard to fill that. So I'm just going to start doing a college football one and an NFL football one. I'll probably do one more week long for next week at the Tour Championship. And then my Listener League contest will now be college football and NFL, okay? Moving on. DK has been slipping lately. Saw on Discord they didn't even have the $10 18 max for round 2. Yeah, Sean and Monica, I don't know what that's about, but I know it's lame as shit. That's what I know. Bowl of Holushki for Sepp. I don't know what that is, Jackie, but it sounds like you have some Austrian food knowledge. That's what I'm guessing. I'm going to guess, looking at Sepp, it's probably high carbs. What happened to the Hatton's putter? I mean, it's weird. He's a really good putter. I haven't actually been watching. Did he change it? I don't know, Ben Mayhook, but it is a thing. Have you liked and subscribed? 85 people have Fantasy Valhalla. Has Brendan Todd been slowly building up the ultimate, or he could around? Definitely. His regression is like 9 birdies tomorrow, right? I have him in a couple week-long contests that are actually cashing, and if that fucker would just do anything, I probably could make a run at it. But I think at this point, 3 rounds of not doing anything, that week-long one's dead. But that doesn't mean that he can't do it at Showdown tomorrow, right? No $5 contest. It appears that way, Mr. Edward Salgado. Is it someone... It was someone else, not the... Oh, I see. Okay, smash the like. There we go. You convinced me on Straka now. I mean, hey, if you want to play Straka, you go ahead. But you better run over to Olive Garden before the round, and you better get a bunch of fucking never-ending bowls of pasta and have them ready. Every time he makes a birdie, you're like, hey, fucking chicken Alfredo. Hey, baked ziti. And you just give him a different one every time. You got to keep the big guy motivated. Ready to split 100K tomorrow? I'm not opposed to it, Bryant. Moving on, I remembered, if I'm remembering right, Nick Taylor is a good day 4 guy. Well, I'll tell you what, it will be on the stone here in just a little bit, sir. ROM plus more equals disaster, but I made up for it in Captain Mode Showdown. ROM. Someone told me he was 20% owned today, which is just crazy, just balls crazy from you people. Rick played like he was back in 2021. Yeah, that was Rick really struggle busted today. Really struggle busted. Okay, John Ramen, delicious name. Is he just noodling? Oh, I see what you did there. Nikolai Taylor, otherwise killed decent. Okay. How much salary are you willing to leave on the table? I when I make my round 4, I usually set it at 49.5 is the minimum. I'll go 49.5 up to 50,000. That's kind of my window. A little bit looser with that at Showdown than I am at week long, but still, I think when you start leaving 800-900 on the table, there's just a point of diminishing returns. I've always felt that way. Anyone stand out in your mind as a bad round 4 score? Yeah, it'll be on the Stone Monday in like 90 minutes. How dare you try to get me to give the freebie people all that information? How dare you? You should know better. Yesterday you said your win rate was 20%. Does that mean you can win 20% of the contest you play, profitable 20% you don't? No, that just means like about 1 out of every 5 weeks I have a winning week. That's what that means. I don't break it down by slate, right? If you do break it down by slate, I've actually won right at 50% of Showdown slates this year, right? But a lot of times all the wins at Showdown will be less than what I lost at week long, so I'm only at like 24% winning weeks so far this year overall. Right, and at week long, I think it's something like 18%. You don't win at week long until you do. Okay, let's see. Or you could just be like all these fucking dudes on Twitter that just lie about how much they win by spamming so much and then showing their occasional screenshot every 3 months. Rory will win when he gets divorced. Sad to say, but true. It's not the worst theory I've ever heard. Colin Booth. Oh, we're up to 90 likes, editor. We got a fighting chance here. You guys got about 5 more minutes. I'll give you till 5:30 to get 10 more likes, or we're just not doing it. When you build your player pool, do you manage the salary dispersion? I see the average salary for your total pool is, when I'm doing a big player pool, I'll often do that. Now that I use an optimizer, Colin, I find I don't need to use that as much, but I did used to do that because you can say, I'm going to play 50% Scotty and 50% Rory and 30% Rom. Well, no, you're not, because there's this thing called fucking math, and you can't get that much exposure to all those guys. So that is a really good way. I've done it so many times now that I automatically know when I'm playing X amount of this guy, well, basically I now can't play this guy, and this guy, and I can only play this guy at 20% because to get Scheffler at, let's say, 80% of your lineups tomorrow, it really changes what you can do with the rest of your player pool, right? And people say, well, I'm going to play me 80% Scotty and 80% Hovland, 80% Rory. No, you're not. It's literally impossible. So stop saying that. So that's a good way to do that. 93 likes. Oh shit, they're rallying. New guy just got in here. Drop a like, new guy. Guy on the wall. Yeah, he's chained to the wall right now. He's guy in the back, but currently he's guy on the wall. Drop a like. Brendan Todd, is he going to show any life tomorrow? I mean, I'll say this, Mr. Jennings. He's been fighting all week. He just can't make a fucking putt. He's had a lot of putts. I wouldn't say that he's quit. I just wouldn't say that he's got there. You having any? No, I'm not. Monday. My fucking best ball. Going back and looking at the rosters that I drafted far too similarly. Wow, what a word. In rounds 5 through 8, right? I knew what I was doing in the first 4 rounds, and I was really differentiating. I also did that in rounds 9 and 10. However, on rounds 5 through 8, I ended up landing on about the same 6 guys in almost every round. And when those guys didn't do well this week, I'm essentially out, right? I was either going to get all my lineups to advance or none of them. And last time I looked, it looks like it's going to be none of them. So yeah, this underdog best ball will be probably my first one where I have not won a good amount of money so far. This one did not run as well as the major ones. It did not run as well as NFL last year. And I think it was mainly just my poor drafting on rounds 5 through 8, if I were to give an honest reflection on it. 96 likes. Oh, shit. I got my kick in the nuts out of the way today. So tomorrow will be good to me. Yeah, I mean, possibly. You got to remember, if your lineup is probably even cashing, you probably have at least some chance at finishing top 5 in almost any GPP you're in. Because all it takes is 2 of your guys to go boat race tomorrow, 1 chalky guy to melt down, and all of a sudden you just catapult up the leaderboard, right? 97 likes. Monday Dynamo, I got 2. All right. Do you prefer the flag stick or... everybody I play with recently always wants it in. I'm a much bigger pull the flag stick out. 97 likes. 98 likes. 2 more so I can give this away and go make the fucking stone. Will Morikawa be Morikawa or Morikant tomorrow? I mean, he's always a Morikant. 99 editor. Warm it up. We just need one. Oh, there it is. We got to 100. Editor, do a drawing so I can get the fuck out of here. Let's go. 100 likes. B-Mac 98. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. B-Mac. There you go. I'm pretty sure I just saw his. Where did I see his name? I think he's winning my contest or something. I was like, hey, everybody's flying the flag up there. And then this guy had like a Saber Sim thing. I think that's who that was. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know. That name just seems in my head for some reason. All right, guys, I think that's it. Don't forget, this is the last. We only have 2 more Showdown Hoedowns. Next Friday, be there, 7 o'clock, Lord's time zone for the college football stream. There is big contest for week 1 of college football. You're going to want to get in it. Drive your ass to the border and fucking reserve some lineups if you live in a state that doesn't allow it, dickie. You're not the first person who's ever had to overcome some adversity. Go check out DGen75.com. I appreciate you guys being here. We will see you tomorrow. Enjoy this outro, you motherfather.